Hello everyone, this is Darren Fitz from ATF Gaming, and welcome to a quick video. We're gonna cover the 2018 season update. We're going to show off all the new paint schemes, and then we're gonna run a short race at the Charlotte Roval, because those are the two main things that came out with this update. This will hopefully be going up on the same day, and yeah. So what we're gonna do with this update going forward is this is gonna be a stream series. We're going to do a championship mode in the Cup Series on the highest difficulty, and that's going to be a stream series every Saturday at around 3 p.m. Once the NASCAR season starts, then I might change the time slot around. If it's an afternoon Xfinity race, I might move it to a 7 o'clock stream or something like that. But I'll be sure to let you guys know in videos. But without further ado, let's start checking out the paint schemes. I did do one race at the Roval already, and actually, let me just warn you, you might want to change your sensitivity for your throttle sensitivity a little bit for the Roval only, because it is a wheel spin city if you're a little hard on the triggers like I am. But anyway, alright, so let's take a look at the paint schemes first. Let's start at the top of the alphabet here, eventually, with AJ Allmendinger once we get there. Alright, AJ Allmendinger in the Hellmann's, Cheerios, Busch, Kroger scheme. Again, pretty similar scheme to last year. Eric Almirola taking over for Danica Patrick in the Smithfield number 10. Trevor Bayne in the Black Advocare scheme. Ryan Blaney going over to Penske. And being sponsored by Menards in the 12 car. Alex Bowman taking over for Dale Jr. in the 88. Clint Boyer staying in the 14 with the Haas CNC logo. Chris Buescher with the Busch, Cottonville, Roston, Viva, and Kleenex sponsorship with JTG Doherty. Harrison Burton, one of the many NASCAR Next drivers that are kind of being filler drivers, because they don't have all the low-funded teams in here yet. Kurt Busch in the Monster Energy paint scheme. Kyle Busch in the M&Ms. William Byron in the 24, Flaming 24 for Hendrick, his first year. Chase Cabaret, he's one of the NASCAR Next drivers. Custom car, Haley Deegan, another one of the NASCAR Next drivers. Matt DiBenedetto, I believe that's the exact same scheme as last year. Austin Dillon, same story. Looks exactly, not exactly the same, but pretty similar. Ty Dillon in the 13 Geico again for Germain. Chase Elliott moving from the 24 to the 9 car with the new Napa scheme. I really do like that scheme. I'll probably get some merchandise for that. Brendan Gaughan in the 62 South Point. And there's actually some... Oh. It just adds the City Light Shine, that must be a beer, adds or removes that on the corner panel. For Beard Motorsports, he'll be doing the restrictor plate races, much like he did last year. Now this car is of special importance to me, because of the Happy Dog. Todd Gilliland has moved up into the Cup Series for this game, and the Happy Dog will be in the Cup Series, so I'm particularly happy about that. Denny Hamlin again, FedEx scheme, been the same for 10 years now. Kevin Harvick in the Jimmy Johns, and I believe we have, oh, it's a different scheme that probably takes Busch Beer off of it. Yeah, so the Busch Beer quarter panel logo can go on and off. Jimmy Johnson in the black and gray Lowe's car. That is a new scheme that I'm not sure I like. But it's different for Jimmy. Maybe he can ride that scheme to his championship. Eric Jones moving over to the 20 car, replacing Matt Kenseth in the DeWalt paint scheme. Casey Kang going over to Levine Family Racing from Hendrick, taking over from Michael McDowell with the Procore new look for that team. DJ Kennington, he's at least going to try to qualify for the Daytona 500. I would assume he'll try to qualify for the other restricted plate races, but I was proven wrong last year in the Lordco Auto Parts and Castrol 96 for Gaunt Brothers. Brad Keselowski, we got the Miller Lite, and we got the Brad K for the under 21 folks. Oh, I think there's also oh yeah, the discount tire schemes there as well. So, Kyle Larson, Target's no longer here, so Credit One has moved up to a main sponsor. Joey Logano still in the Pennzoil car, no big changes. Carl Long takes over for Timmy Hill in his own car. Ty Majeski, another one of the NASCAR Next drivers, same paint scheme as he ran in the Xfinity Series, it looks like. Michael McDowell moved over to Front Row Motorsports, takes over for Landon Castle in the Loves car. Jamie McMurray in the Cessna car, I really do like that paint scheme. Paul Menard moves over to Wood Brothers Racing, takes over for Ryan Blaney, brings his family sponsorship with him. But Motorcraft will, of course, still be a secondary sponsor. They might sponsor a few races. Ryan Newman in the Caterpillar car for Richard Childress again. David Reagan in the Shriners Hospitals 38. I really do like that scheme. There was an article written about David Reagan and his relationship to this hospital. I recommend you read it. I think it was on NASCAR.com, or maybe it was Jeff Glock. I can't remember. Ricky Stenhouse in the Fastenal car again. Daniel Suarez again in Eris for Joe Gibbs. Martin Truex Jr. has the 5-hour energy half, and then Bass Pro Shops half. That's a new thing with him. Basically, the co-sponsors for half of the races, Bass Pro Shops will be on the hood, and 5-hour energy will be on the back. And then half of the races, there'll be 5-hour energy on the front and Bass Pro Shops on the back. So, and then there's a couple races that Auto Owners Insurance will sponsor Truex again. One of the bigger things that's going to be talked about this year is Darrell Walls Jr. Taking over for Eric Almirola in the 43 Click and Close Mortgage Richard Petty Motorsports car. And finally, Cole Witt. It was announced he's going to split the season with Corey LaJoie in the 72 car. So, without further ado, you know what car I'm going to pick. Let me get over here. Come on, where is he? There it is. You know I have to pick this, and this is probably the car I'm going to do the championship mode in as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to head to the Charlotte Roval. Not going to be a long race. We're just going to kind of get the feel of the track. We're just going to go straight into the race. 4% race. No, don't discard. Race only. Thank you. And let's head off to the track. So in my brief experience with this, I literally did like one race off camera before I decided to hit the record button. Yes, you need to turn your throttle sensitivity down. That section that they removed after the fact, I'm very glad they removed it. Obviously, it's still in the game because that was a late announcement. I'll point out where it is when we get there. But it is very slow. Very slow. And that's where I get a ton of wheel spin if I'm not careful. And then there's the backstretch chicane that is probably going to be a death trap, honestly, and I don't know why they have it. I think they should personally remove it, and I know a few other people share that opinion as well. But let's just head off to the race here. Do I have a rough setup in? Yes, I do. Of course, brand new track, so I don't have any HD Motorsports setups yet, so I'm going to wait for him to get on that, hopefully. Alright, here we go. This is take 2. I want to try to get a good product out for you guys. So, here we go. We're going to the start-finish line. We already got that little corner in the tri-oval. I'm going to try to go low here. That's going to be a rough corner, I think, when we get to the actual race. This is only 5 laps, so I'm just going to try to move my way up front and not spin out as I spin out. Try to get some paint schemes. Show you guys the new paint schemes as well. But this is right around here, I think, is where they made the changes to the track. Because what we're going to do now is there's like 3 or 4 S corners, or loops, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a road racer, I don't know the official term. But it's like I'm going 25 miles per hour right now. And I feel like it's a smart decision to take that out. So, I applaud them for thinking ahead there and taking that out. Because we're going like 25 miles per hour right now. And then we head back onto the oval for a little while. Get up to speed in turns 2 of the regular track. And then there's this backstretch chicane, which I think is going to be a death trap if anybody tries to pass here. Because I lift off like just a tiny little bit. And that's it. So if anybody is side by side going into that, they're going to die. Quite honestly. But maybe one lap at Charlotte. Let's see if we can maybe get up front a little. Okay, brake. Thank you. Get up front and maybe we can take a look at some of the other cars. This is on 105 difficulty, so I probably should have thought ahead and maybe lowered the difficulty a little bit. But I don't think ahead. What are you talking about? But basically the cars that did not make it in this update that are gonna run the full season are the 00, the Starcom Racing, the Jeffrey Earnhardt car. Obviously Danica Patrick did not make it in this update, so that car is not going to be in this update. But that car is going to run a full season. I just don't know if it'll stay the 7 car the entire time. But it does have a charter. So, they'll use that charter. And then, let's see who else. There's a BK Racing car. They were on the entry list, but they didn't have a driver yet. So we don't know who that's going to be. Of course, they're dealing with all of the court battles right now, with the bankruptcy and all that stuff. So they're going through a lot right now. And then the teams that are part-time, the Ricky Benton Racing 92 did not make it into the game. David Gilliland. I'm really trying to think who else didn't make it into this game. But I know there's like 4 or 5 NASCAR Next drivers. I'm just like rolling through all the numbers in my head right now. Probably not a good idea while I'm racing a brand new track. But yeah, I'm so glad they took out this section. This section is just stupid in my opinion. But they did a good job of getting the majority of the drivers in this. Obviously, they didn't do anything with the Xfinity and Trucks series because by the time they had to put this together, there were very few people who were announced for that series. And there still are very few people when you think about it. So I think when they come here, it's going to be really an interesting game the crew chiefs are going to have to play, is whether they want to, you know, set up for the oval more or set up more towards the road course portion. Because they could try to maximize their speed in the oval portion, but that'll obviously take away from the road course portion, the slower part. But if they maximize the speed on the oval, they could have a real advantage. Or they could really tailor their car more as a road course car, have an advantage on the road portions, but maybe be a little slower in the oval portion. So it's really going to be kind of a game that they're going to have to figure out. Obviously, the teams that came here and tested are going to have a decent idea already. But I think especially with the removal of these like 3 S-curves right here, I think more teams are going to opt for the oval speed, because there's not really going to be a need super slow stuff anymore, like the 25 mile per hour residential speed stuff, so I think we're more tailored to being fast on this oval section. And then they'll just have to be creative with the road course section. Alright, so we're coming to the white flag after this corner. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, we are going to do a stream series, championship mode in the Cup Series, so I'll give you a look at the new paint schemes and the new schedule, since there are a handful of schedule changes. And then obviously once we get here, we can race the Roval again. Right, so we're going to do that. I think that'll be a fun thing that we can do. I really do want to get back into streaming more often. I had wanted to possibly do both Saturdays and Sunday streams, but I really should have done that a couple months ago, not right as the NASCAR season's about to start up again. So, oh well. Maybe I'll do Sunday nights, I don't know. And of course, whenever I am with John, I will stream as well. Sorry, Austin Dillon. Also this weekend there's going to be a special video up, and I hope you guys watch it. I was a participant in the first Richmond Raceway eSport NASCAR Heat 2 series. We did like a little practice session on Thursday, and I participated in that, so I'm going to make a little video about that. Again, I really have no idea what the rules are, but we win. I'll get more into that in that video, and hopefully I'll have more information on that soon. Yay! New speed rating, we finished 20th. So that is the Charlotte Roval, guys. We took a look at the new paint schemes and the Charlotte Roval. Those are the two big things that come with this update. Obviously, the schedule, the new schedule is going to be the third big thing. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so that is huge. We're working our way up in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. And click that little notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.